Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Newmarket Racecourse here on Thursday. It is July the 13th, 2017. You're going to look at all the races on today's program from Newmarket, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5 for more selections for racecourses around the world. Excellent few days of racing coming up for Newmarket. Going to look at all the races on all the days, so go join me here on YouTube for that. And off subject, I said yesterday this week there's some big music histories. Yesterday was 31 years since Queen played at Wembley Stadium. Today is 32 years since Live Aid. So to enjoy yourself, why don't you go watch the all 16 hours of Live Aid? That's what I'm going to be doing today, along with watching Newmarket. So back to the subject of racing now. I'm going to look at 6 of the 7 races. I don't have an opinion for the 405, so I'll give you almost all the races on today's program, my tips. So let's get on to it. Starting off with the first from Newmarket, the 150. It's the end. Pardon me if I mispronounce any horse's name wrong or race name wrong during this video. I have a tendency of doing that. Take a shot every time I mispronounce a horse's name wrong, or a race name wrong. But the first race, 150 from Newmarket, is the Baharan Trophy Stakes. It's a Group 3 race for Class 1 horses here, going for a purse of $123,000. It's for 3-year-olds only. Fielded 9 3-year-olds only, going the distance of ground of 1 mile and 5/8 on the turf course. My top pick on this one, I like the number 5 horse, Raheen House. I'm going to go 5-3-8 in the tricast of the trifecta. 5-3-8. My top pick, number 5, Raheen House. 4-1. Jamie Spencer for Brian Meehan. This 3-year-old colt out of Sea of the Stars. You know, he ran at Royal Ascot a few weeks ago. That came on the 23rd of June. Mile and a half, 2,400 meters in the Group 2 King Edward Stakes. Horse finished 4th by 2 3/4 lengths that day. He closed up a little bit that day. I think this is the horse which will like going the staying distance over a mile and a half. I think the mile 5/8, he'll do a lot better, but further down in the future, I think he'll be a great 2-miler. But he closed up well for the 4th place finish in a very tough race. He's stepping down a little bit of class to this spot today. I don't think that should be a problem. I think that he should run an even better race. But it wasn't a half bad 4th place finish at Royal Ascot. Start before the 26th of May at Goodwood. Mile 3/8 or 2,200 meters in listed stakes for Class 1 horses. Horse finished 3rd by 5.5 lengths that day. Was the 1-2 favorite. He closed up a tiny bit, but a tiny bit too late. It just wasn't his day to win. And then April 21st at Newbury, mile and a quarter in conditions Class 3 event. Horse finished 2nd by 2.5 lengths. Just didn't do anything that day. First start of the year, he got 2nd out of default, really. Like I said, this is the horse that will really do a lot better with the longer distances. So watch out for him today. So to recap my bets for the 150, the first race from Newmarket, it's the Baharan Trophy Stakes, Group 3 Baharan Trophy Stakes. Gonna go with the 5 horse, Raheen House. Gonna go 5-3-8 in the tricast, or the trifecta, as we call it in America. So now let's get on to race number 2, the 225 from Newmarket. It is the Arcana July Stakes. It's a Group 2 race here for Class 1 horses, going for a purse of $98,500. It's for 2-year-olds, colts, and geldings only. Field of 12 horses go the 1,200-meter trip, or 6 furlongs on the turf course. My top pick on this one, I like the number 3 horse, Card Sharp. I'm going to go 3-4-11 in the tricast of the trifecta. 3-4-11. My top pick, number 3, Card Sharp. 10-1. James Doyle for Mark Johnston, who trains his 2-year-old colt at Lorano, an Australian bred horse. Most recently on the 22nd of June at Royal Ascot. 5 furlongs, 1,000 meters in the Group 2 Norfolk Stakes. Horse finished 3rd by 2 lengths behind Sioux Nation and Sentry. Really didn't have the best of closing kicks that day. It just wasn't his day to win. I think with the extra furlong today, this horse should have a lot better run. His best race came at 6 furlongs, I think. We'll get to that soon, but start before it came at Beverly, June the 10th. Conditions Class 2. Horse won by 2 1/4 lengths. Was the 1-2 favorite. Ran like a 1-2 favorite should do. Quickened up nicely. Destroyed the field. Like I said, he was the best horse by a mile that day. And in Epsom on June the 2nd, 6 furlongs Class 2 event. Horse finished 2nd by 2 lengths. He was closing up incredibly well. Had a little bit of traffic trouble, but if he had a clearer trip, I think he could have won. This is the horse that's going to do a lot better with the extra furlong today instead of the 5 furlongs. 6 furlongs should help. So watch out for him here today. 10-1 is a great price on him for this winner of 2 races. So to recount my bets for the second, the 225 from Newmarket, it is the Group 2 Arcana July Stakes. Going to go with the 3 horse, Card Sharp. Going to go 3-4-11 in the tricast of the trifecta. To to race number 3 now from Newmarket, the 3 o'clock. It's the Bet 365 handicap. It's a Class 2 handicap here, going for a purse of $123,000. It's for 3-year-olds only, rated 0 to 105. Field of 20 horses going the distance of ground to 1,200 meters or 6 furlongs on the turf course. My top pick in this one, I like the number 9 horse, number 9 Hyde Park at 20 to 1. You know, he's big price, and I think he'll run a very big one. I'm going to go 9, 14, 12 in the tricast of the trifecta. 9, 14, 12. My top pick, number 9 Hyde Park, 20 to 1. Ryan Moore for John Gosden. Most recently at Royal Ascot, 22nd of June. 1 mile Class 2 handicap. Horse finished 28th by 44 lengths. We're still waiting for this horse to finish the race at Ascot. Hopefully he finishes it in time just to run back here. He had nothing. He hit the wall completely in the lane. You know, just throw that race out. It was getting so much tougher. He's stepping down in Class 2, a race course he's had decent success on. I think he'll run a big one with the step down class and back to Newmarket. But start before Goodwood, May 27th, first star of the year, 7th Class 2 handicap. Horse finished third by half length. Got up for third, but it was actually just second most of the race, and then lost the second place finish right before a while, so got third, weak into third. But if you watched the replay, needed the race. You know, off the layoff, like I said, a lot of horses, they don't run very well off a long layoff, and this was the kind of horse that didn't need the start. If you go back to his 2-year-old campaign, you know, he did all right, winning at Doncaster October 21st, 7th Class 5 main race, won by 5 lengths, destroyed the field at 7 to 2. Before that at Yarwick in mid-September, he finished 6th in the main race. Okay, that was against a very tough trap of 2-year-olds, but running on the July course here at Newmarket during last year's July meeting, he finished 3rd in the main race and 2nd in the novice race in late June of 2016. I think he'll run a big one. He likes this course. I have to say, his 2 best races came here, other than that Doncaster race, which was his best one. But like I said, I think he'll run a big one back to a race course he likes. 20 to 1, gets Ryan Moore as the booking rider. Watch out for him here today. So to recap my bets for the 3 o'clock from Newmarket, it's Bet 365 handicap. I'm going to go with the 9 horse Hyde Park. I'm going to go 9, 14, 12 in the tricast of the trifecta. To race number 8 now. Race number 8. No, it's race number 4 now from Newmarket, the 335. It is the Princess of Wales Arcana Racing Club Stakes. It's a Group 2 race here for Class 1 horses, going for a purse of $123,000. It's for 3-year-olds and upwards. Field of 7 horses going the distance of ground is 2,400 meters or 1 mile and 1/2 on the turf course. My top pick on this one, I like the number 7 horse, Wings of Desire. I'm going to go 725 in the tricast of the trifecta. 725, my top pick, number 7, Wings of Desire. 4 to 1, Frankie Dettori for John Gosden. Frankie's coming back from his injury, first man in, I believe, in 3 weeks. But most recently, June 24th, the Royal Ascot, mile and a half in the Group 2 Hardwick Stakes. His first finished 5th by 3.5 lengths that day. Showed nothing, you know, it was 5.5 to 1, and just had nothing. Idaho ran a hell of a race, but, you know, like I said, this horse just didn't show up. It was the horse's first start off the layoff. Maybe he needed the race. I think coming here to Newmarket today, he should have a lot better run, as I almost dropped my iPad. But, you know, it was his first start since the 17th of August at York. Mile and a quarter in the Group 1, Juddmonte International. Horse finished 9th by 16 lengths, getting beat by Postponed and Highland Reel. A very, very tough race. This horse just didn't show up that day. But before that at Ascot, mile and a half in the King George and Queen Elizabeth Stakes, horse finished 2nd by 1/4 lengths. You know, he closed up well behind Highland Reel. Wasn't a half bad race. Finished 4th in the Investic Derby last year and won the Dante last year very nicely. I think this horse will run a very big one here today. So watch out for him off the layoff, second off the layoff, and getting his regular rider, Frankie Dettori, back. So to recap my bets for the 4th from Newmarket, the 335, it's the Princess of Wales Arcana Racing Club Stakes. I'm going to go with the 7 horse here, Wings of Desire. I'm going to go 725 in the tricast of the trifecta. And please pardon me, I need to have a drink now. Sorry, I'm actually, if you haven't noticed, it's not my normal surroundings here. I'm actually on holiday, as you guys call it, or we call it here in America, vacation, up in the country, quite close to Saratoga Racecourse, which opens next week. And every time I come here, I get terrible allergies. That's why if I sound a little weird today with my voice, it's a little raspy, I know. It's because the allergy, so I need to take a drink sometime, so just pardon that. So today's fifth race, the 405 now from Newmarket, I have no opinion. This is a very tough race. You have a lot of horses making their first starts today, and a lot of horses. There's about four of them that has already have a start in this one, and in those four, I don't think are going to win. And it's just too hard of a race, and I won't feel comfortable giving out the betting public a tip for this race, so I'm just going to skip it. So skip race 5, the 405, and head on to race number 6 now, the 435 from Newmarket, which is a race I really like. The 435 now is the John Deere handicap, class 2 handicap here, going for a purse of $24,500. It's for 3-year-olds and upwards, rated 81 to 100. Field of 16 horses going the distance of ground of 1,000 meters or 5 furlongs on the turf course. My top pick in this one, I like the number 8 horse, A Moment of Madness. I had many of those. I'm going to go 8, 6, 13 in the TriCast of the trifecta, 8, 6, 13. My top pick, number 8, A Moment of Madness, 10 to 1, William Buick for Charlie Hills, who trains his 4-year-old gelding. Most recently at Chelmsford City, June the 21st, 5 rounds on the all-weather polytrack in a Class 2 handicap. Horse finished third by 1 1/4 lengths that day. Closed up well for third. It's a racetrack that tends to be more towards speed-orientated horses, but for this horse to get third, it wasn't a half-bad race. I think coming here to Newmarket, where you'll see a little bit of a faster run, the faster pace should have helped this horse a lot better here today. Start before at Epsom on the 3rd of June, 5 rounds, Class 2 handicap. Horse finished 4th by 3/4 length. Epsom has the fastest 5-round course in the UK. This horse closed up well for 4th. But they're not going to go as fast as the 54, nearly 55 seconds they went that day flat. I expect him to go about 57 at the fastest here, and he should have a lot better of a run. But start 4, May 6, a Goodwood 5 rounds, Class 3 handicap. Horse finished second by 3/4 length, closed up well that day, just missed, but it wasn't a half bad race. And one is on April the 15th at Kempton, going 5 rounds on the polytrack, won by 3/4 length in 58 and 3/5 of a second or 4/5 of a second. He closed up well again that day to get the victory. I think over in a big one here today gets the booking of William Buick, who is a major plus. Not to knock Sylvester D'Souza, who rode this horse in his last few starts, but like I said, Buick is a major upgrade for the rider, and I just think he'll run a big one. So he'll be my top pick here. This 8 horse in the 6th race. So now let's get on to race number 6. The 6th race from Newmarket, the 435. It's a John Deere handicap. Gonna go with the 8 horse, Moment of Madness. Gonna go 8, 6, 13 in the TriCast or the trifecta, 8, 6, 13. To race number 7 now, the 505, the finale on today's program from Newmarket. It's Robinson's Mercedes-Benz Sir Henry Cecil Stakes. It's the Class 1 listed stakes here, going for a purse of $49,000. It's for 3-year-olds only, which have not won a Group 1 or Group 2 race. Field of 8 horses going the 1,600-meter trip or 1 mile on the turf course. My top pick in this one, I like the number 5 horse, Larchmont Lad. I'm going to go 573 in the TriCast of the trifecta. My top pick, number 5, Larchmont Lad. 5 to 2, ride more for Richard Hannon. This horse has run well his last few starts. Has run okay his last few starts, let me say that. If he's due for a victory, I think he's going to get it today. I know he's the favorite, but I think that he's going to run a big one. Most recently, 20th of May, Newmarket, 7 rounds listed stakes, Class 1 horses on the Royal Mile. Horse for the second by head that day. The winner, Tenoli, just ran a little bit better. This horse closed up well for the second place finish on the yielding ground. I think with firmer ground, he should have a lot better of a run, though, and with the extra furlong also. But start 4, May 6th, and Newmarket, 1 mile with 2,000 guineas. Horse finished 9th by 8 3/4 lengths behind Churchill and Barney Roy. He just really weakened out of it. Wasn't his day to win against so much tougher. And then the Craven Stakes here at the Craven meeting at Newmarket, 1 mile, April 20th. Horse finished 5th by 4 1/4 lengths behind Eminent and Rivet. Just didn't have anything left over in the tank for the straightaway run. But before that, won the Tattersall Stakes last fall at Newmarket. Finished third in the listed stakes at Doncaster and won a very nice maiden race at Sandown in early July of 2016. I think this horse, he's due for a victory. He'll get it today against the lesser quality horses, so watch out for him. So to recap my bets for the 7th, the 505 from Newmarket's the Robinson's Mercedes-Benz Sir Henry Cecil Stakes. Gonna go with the 5 horse here, Larchmont Lad. Gonna go 573 in the TriCast, so the trifecta. So good luck to all, and please follow